One thing that you need to know about pie charts is that every single angle adds up to 360 degrees all the way. That one there, I know there's no number there, but you know that's a 90-degree angle. So all angles add up to 360. Also, everything is 100%. If I said to you, this is 50%, and this one, we'll call it 30%. As I just said, percentages add up to 100%. 50 at 30 is 80, 80 at something to give me 100. Percentages add up to 100%, and in a pie chart, angles add up to 360. In this example, this pie chart represents 60 people. A survey of favourite colour. You can see here, a quarter of the people, this is, remember this blue sector is a quarter of a circle. So what you can do to find out the number of people that like blue, you can do you need to do quarter of 60 people. That is quarter multiplied by 60. You can use a calculator for this. Most of you will be able to do this in your head, half and half it again. Sometimes the fractions are not too easy. So what you can do is, if you've got the fraction button, you can use that. If you haven't got the fraction button, just do this. Quarter is 1 divided by 4, and then times 60. It's 15. Blue is 15. 15 people. And what about the green? For the green is 150 degrees. So we need to establish what fraction that is. 150 degrees out of 360 of 60 people. Do that on the calculator. You can use a fraction button if you have one, or you can just do this. 25 people. 25 people for green. For yellow, well, you just know that 15 at 25 at something has to equal to 60 people. The entire pie chart represents 60 people. 25 at 15 makes 40. 40 at something to give me 60 people. That's going to be 20. So 60 people altogether. If you really want to know what angle this is, all you've got to do is 150 add 90. That's 240, and then take away from 360. That's 120 degrees. And you can check all these angles up to 360 degrees. Here's a separate example. 90 people in total represented in a pie chart, a different pie chart. We're talking about a different pie chart. 90 people represented in the whole pie chart. How many degrees for 40 people? For 40 people, that's 40 out of 90 people of 360 degrees. Degrees, sorry. Here, so 40 divided by 90 of 360 degrees is 160 degrees. 40 people will be represented on the pie chart by a sector that is 160 degrees. if I want to represent 160 degrees on the pie chart, what I do is, okay, just ignore this thing that turns. Put the center of the protractor right there on the center of the pie chart, and then make sure you line up. You see the 0 degrees? Line up the 0 degrees. Make sure it's centered. There. See, it's lined up properly. It's lined up, the 0 degrees is lined up from where I want to measure the angle. I want to measure the angle from here, going that way, right that way. So I need to put the 0 degrees right there. And then obviously I'm going to go that way clockwise. Don't do 350, 340, 330. That's a wrong scale for this one. Use the outer scale for this one. 160 degrees. Put a mark. That's 160 degrees. Now that's 40 people. 40 people, 160 degrees. Now if I wanted to measure a new angle, a different calculation, new angle, I'd have to line up the 0 degree with this line, because that's where I'm going to start measuring the new angle.